Every single 24 hours, the entire human race consumes roughly 2.25 billion cups of coffee. If you gathered that daily liquid volume into a single space, it would fill 213 Olympic-sized swimming pools. More than 1 billion people, roughly 12% of the global population, participate in this ritual every single day. That relentless demand fuels a global market currently valued at $245 billion. Maintaining this massive daily flow requires a highly industrialized global supply network operating quietly in the background. To see how that demand is actually distributed, we have to separate total national volume from individual drinking habits. In absolute terms, the United States is the largest single market, drinking over 500 million cups a day simply because of its massive population. But when you look at individual intake, the Nordic countries lead the world. The average person in Finland consumes about 12 kilograms of coffee every year. This intense consumption is driven by a deep culture of at-home brewing and daily social rituals, like the Swedish fika, pairing coffee with a pastry. Whether it is brewed in a Helsinki kitchen or a Seattle drive-thru, every single cup exerts a pull on the exact same physical supply chain. This flowchart maps the physical journey of a coffee bean, moving sequentially through growing, processing, milling, exporting, ocean shipping, and roasting. Pushing through these nodes is an immense amount of raw material. Over 10 billion kilograms of green coffee beans flow through this pipeline annually. Because coffee is exceptionally heavy, exporters overwhelmingly rely on standard 20-foot shipping containers to move the product across oceans. Standardizing the cargo allowed buyers to predict transit times with strict accuracy, lowering handling costs and virtually eliminating stock shortages. By optimizing the physical transport, a localized agricultural crop evolved into a highly consolidated global commodity. While an estimated 25 million farming families grow the beans, the final retail flow is managed by a small handful of multinational corporations. Conglomerates like Nestlé and JDE Peet's operate hundreds of factories worldwide, generating tens of billions in coffee-specific revenue each year. This corporate structure solidified during the first wave of coffee culture in the mid-20th century, when brands prioritized volume and convenience through vacuum-sealed cans and instant powders. Consumer preferences eventually shifted toward darker roasts, espresso drinks, and origin-specific beans, giving rise to the second and third waves, characterized by sprawling specialty chains. Today, a fourth wave is defined by a spike in high-quality, at-home brewing equipment, with 70% of drinkers now preparing specialty cups in their own kitchens. The demand for highly specific, premium beans did not decentralize the industry. It actually strengthened the logistical power of the few mega roasters capable of sourcing and distributing them on a global scale. All of this global demand falls squarely on the equatorial coffee belt, anchored by mega producers like Brazil for Arabica beans and Vietnam for Robusta. To meet extreme volume quotas, many traditional farms abandoned biodiversity-friendly shade-grown methods in favor of full-sun monocultures. This intense cultivation requires heavy pesticide use and drives widespread deforestation to clear land for new planting. While the world drinks 177 million bags of coffee a year, farms only yield 174 million. This lagging production is further compressed by severe Brazilian droughts and widespread coffee leaf rust in Central America. The global supply chain is currently colliding with the hard climatic and physical limits of the Earth's agricultural capacity. At the very beginning of this heavily industrialized chain, the raw material still relies entirely on human hands, carefully selecting and picking ripe cherries. As infinite global demand presses against a finite, threatened supply, commodity futures prices have surged to reflect the strain. Every single pour into your morning cup represents the precarious final output of an increasingly fragile and overstretched global machine.